Hey everyone, this is Lex Artis team joining you virtually during this time of quarantine. We're going to have Pat Esper and Nick Ostrowski, owners of Lex Artis, join us here shortly. Talk a little bit about what the future holds, how we're going to run events moving forward for the near future, and kind of why we're all doing this. So Nick, go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. So, as you guys are aware, we've all been working out from home every day, constantly. If we're lucky, some of us have workout equipment, some of us are just doing burpees and push-ups and running and losing our minds. What we know is coming is that things are going to start to reopen. Some of the gyms are going to start to reopen, businesses, and there's going to be a plan in place for how these things can open. What we don't know is what that's going to look like for Lex Artis and for our events. So Pat and I have kind of looked at what the landscape is, what's happening, not only in Michigan, but the country and also around the world, and what we're looking at long term. So with that being the case, we've come to the determination that we need to pivot. We need to adjust what we're doing, and we need to adjust how we run these events and how we deliver them to you. So with that being the case, we've decided that instead of just trying to focus on doing on-site events on a single day, we're going to turn these into virtual events. By doing this, we're going to allow for you guys to be able to participate in these events, because we know more than likely we're not going to be able to host large-scale events for the foreseeable future. Now, why are we doing that? And there's a couple of big reasons. One is safety of athletes, safety of judges, safety of gym owners, and the members that go to those gyms that don't necessarily compete in the events. We also want to protect the our families, anybody connected with Lex Artis, and anybody connected with the gyms. Additionally, one of the things we're concerned with is the strain that this could put on the host facility. Right? If we run an event at, say, Lower Town, granted, we may only have 150 people in there competing. Even if we say no spectators, somebody else, those 150 people that are in there in a single day are introducing, potentials that wouldn't normally be there on a given day. So we have to look at it from the standpoint of how can we run an event while protecting the gym? If we open up a space and we invite everybody in, that's more risk, that's more chance of exposure to other people. So we have to do our part to make sure that that doesn't happen. From there, based on what we're seeing with this 3-stage plan from the government, we're going to see stage 1 of gyms reopening, which I kind of touched on in the beginning. Stage 2 is events up to potentially 50 people. And then stage 3 is kind of reopening on a larger scale. Realistically, that timeline is probably putting us into the end of 2020 to 2021, which realistically means that we're not going to be able to run an event. So by doing a virtual event for you, the thought process here is that you'll be able to get back into your gym. You'll be able to do these workouts with your partner. You'll be able to participate in the workouts over a given period of time. Basically put you in a position where you can get back into the swing of things all through in a safe manner. And that's ultimately our primary focus, is making sure that everyone is safe and healthy. So how we're going to do this, or I should say what's happening. Events that are on the calendar right now that have already had registrations. So the Barbell Classic, Battle of the Sexes, Average Joe's, Summer Open, and then the one that's coming up soonest is the Rookie Rumble. All of these will be virtual online events. So what that's going to look like for the Rookie Rumble, which is the one that is coming first. Rookie Rumble is going to be going from several locations condensed into one large event. We're going to have one big online leaderboard. We're going to have the top 5 teams. What's that?
In each division.
In each division, correct. Top 5 teams in each division. So all of the different locations where we've had are all going to be migrated into one single event. Trying to make sure I stay on point. We're going to do that as well with Battle of the Sexes. Again, single leaderboard, all virtual. All the workouts will happen remote. You'll do them from the comfort of your gym or your partner's gym. We'll do that with Summer Open. We're going to do it with Average Joe's. And we're also going to do it with Barbell Classic. Barbell Classic will have some different nuts and bolts from some of the other ones, just because of how unique that event is. But we're going to get into more detail on those things.
Yeah. So I'll talk about Patriot games. With piggybacking off of what Nick said, one of the thoughts that we had when we started looking at the fact that we're not going to be able to run events the way that we were anticipating was, could we take an event like Battle of the Sexes or the Rookie Rumble and run it like Patriot games, where if you were in heat 1, you would show up at, say, 9 a.m. and do workout 1, then wait 10 minutes, do workout 2, wait 10 minutes, then do workout 3, and then leave. While this would reduce a lot of people in the gym at any given time, it drastically increased the time on the day. And the other part was touching on what Nick said, we're still going to have anywhere from 150 to 200 plus people come through the gym on that day, along with needing to rely on judges to be there, staff to be there, photographers to be there. And it's just so many people in that space using the touching, trying to keep everything as clean as we can. And it wasn't a feasible option. Now, we do have one event that's currently on the calendar, which is Patriot Games down in Ohio. And that is an event that we are hoping to run the way we planned. The reason for that is it's a smaller event. Right now, it's only 24 teams. The plan was to do it in 4 heats of 6 teams. We're probably going to flip-flap that and do it in 6 heats of 4 teams. The gym has enough space where everybody can be separated, or all working lanes can be separated by 20 feet. That means there's only going to be 12 athletes in the gym working out at any given time. And Nick and I can run that event ourselves, start to finish, not requiring any staff. We could build in a little bit of extra time between heats, which allows Nick and I to go through and clean the equipment that's in the lane for the next team before they get there. We can eliminate things like a registration. Teams can show up with their numbers on them. It gives rise to potentially doing this as long as the state of Ohio says it's okay. And hey, maybe this is something in the future before we can go back to running a traditional 3 workout in a day, various heats, hundreds of people on site. Maybe we can run an event like Patriot Games or take an event and run it in that manner in the future. But with actually, I'm going to kick it over to Tim here for a second. Is there anything that you think we missed in kind of the why are we doing this or the what's happening before we move on?
Talk about providing as a small business owner, still trying to provide a service to your clients in this time of, protecting your, everybody involved, but at the same time, you're trying to deliver something that, is you're hanging your hat on and still like trying to deliver the product that, you've built your business around.
Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, this is not a position that Nick or I want to be in. All of you that are probably watching this are people that have paid us to do an event, and you were under the impression it was going to run a certain way. And believe me, when I say that we were under the impression it was going to run that way. Up until this point, something that I've been really proud of is the fact that we've never not run an event that we said we were going to, whether we had crazy amounts of snow or weather or whatever's been going on. We've always been there. We've gotten questions in the past. I'm like, hey, is the event going to be able to run with this storm going on or something? And our answer has always been, we're going to be there. And we've been able to do that. And this is the first time ever that we've had to do anything like reschedule an event. So, but at the same time, as a small business owner, I think we need to be able to do things that are done in an ethical way, both financially and health-wise. And as it stands right now, the way that you feel about this might not be the way that I feel about this, but we all have family members. I have a dad that has a pacemaker defibrillator in his chest. I'm not looking to bring this thing into my parents' house. Some of you out there, I know you have asthma. Some people out there have diabetes. I mean, there's too much unknown that putting it at risk right now for an event is just not worth it to me. Now, that being said, I do anticipate things starting to reopen, and we're all going to be taking risks here over, quite honestly, probably years of our lives, or at least months. And things like extra hand washing and wearing masks and all of these things are probably going to be part of our lives, or like gym owners may have to limit number of people that are in a gym at any given time. So this is something where we are trying to do our best to deliver something to you people that signed up for this, and also provide an opportunity to have a sense of that community again. I mean, I don't know about all of you out there, but I mean, I haven't left my house in well over a month. I haven't seen Nick in person in over a month. I'm working out by myself in my garage. It's something that if we can make something, even if it be an online version, something where, hey, you can probably still, we're probably are going to be able to get together in small groups and do this. It's just, once you factor in the way that we used to run an event where, hey, our largest events probably had 400 or 500 people come through the gym on any given day. We just don't see that being a reality in the near future. And even if it was a reality, in the sense that our government said that we were allowed to, I don't know that, actually I can say that I don't feel comfortable doing that yet. So I'm going to move into kind of the financial stuff of how we're going to be handling this. So like Nick said, all of these events, Barbell Classic, Battle of the Sexes, Average Joe's, Summer Open, and Rookie Rumble, these are going to be online events. Because they are going to be online events, we are going to be doing a flat 30% refund to all teams that stay in the event. So to every single team that stays in the event, you are going to be getting 30% of your fee refunded. Now, on the logistics of that, that is hundreds and hundreds of transactions that we have to do one at a time. This is going to take some time. So bear with us here. But again, if you paid the full price for a team event of $150, 30% is going to be coming back to you. That's $45 coming back. Now, the next thing that we are going to be doing is, part of our cost for any event is we pay the host gym. Think of it as kind of as a facility fee. It's a rental fee, using their equipment, things like that. Since these aren't going to be running at just a handful of gyms, but we are probably going to be relying on you using your gym or your partner's gym to do this, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking $15 or really 10% of a team fee. So if you paid $150, that's $15. We're going to be taking 10% of what you paid initially, not the reduced price, but 10% of what you paid initially, and that is going to be going to the gym of your choice. Again, I'm saying gym of your choice. We do hope that this goes to the gym where you're going to be doing those workouts. So again, if Tim and I were partners and we were going to be doing the workouts at Plymouth CrossFit, we would go in and select Plymouth CrossFit as the location where we were doing that. At the end of all of the scores, we're just going to go down the list. If there were 50 teams that did it at Plymouth CrossFit, we're going to go through, add that up, and we're going to cut Plymouth CrossFit a check. This is a way that we can not just support the gyms where we were going to have this, but we can send a little bit of money out to all gyms. And just to put like a large number to this, if we can maintain all the teams that we currently have in, that number is close to $12,000 that's going to be going out to local gyms. So like I said, it's something that it's going to create a lot of work on the back end for us, but we feel it's the right thing to do to try and get that money out there. If you're someone like Nick or I that has a pretty nice setup in their garage, we ask that you choose a gym to have your money donated to, because every small business owner out there, and every one of these gym owners is a small business owner, they're hurting right now. Next part on the financials is shirts. When you sign up for an event, you get a shirt. We are going to keep that a thing, but we're going to be adding shipping and handling. Not that you have to pay it. We're going to eat that as part of the event cost now. And the reason we're doing that is because, honestly, our shirt printer is a small Michigan business. If we can submit orders for all of these events, that's enough money for him to keep his place. It covers his monthly nut for a month or two. And again, this is a way that we can support that small local Michigan business. Prizes. We are going to be doing prizes for these events. That cost is going to go up a little bit because now we've got to mail them out. For things like Rookie Rumble, where now instead of having 8 locations, we're going to have one large event. We're going to be giving out more prizes for that one large event, just because there's going to be a lot more depth to each division. And then lastly, judging. This is something where, for some of you, you guys know this, some of you don't, but anybody who gives us their Saturday to judge, we take care of their food, their coffee, we take care of a shirt or cup or mug for them. But the bigger part is we also do a $50 gift card as a thank you to all of our judges. This cost kind of disappears on our end, but we're also going to be taking on things like having to review videos. We have no idea what that's going to be like, just because it's going to be the first time for us going through this. So we might be finding ourselves watching hundreds of hours of videos just to validate some scores. So like I said, we're not exactly sure how that's going to go. But bottom line, 30% of your gross fee that you paid, that's going to be refunded to everybody that stays in. And then at the end of all of this, we're going to do 10% of that gross fee that was initially paid. We're going to be doing that as a payment to whatever gym you want to donate it to. Now, we do have a refund policy. That refund policy is on our website. That is something that we have had a number of refunds to date from these events. And the refund that we have been offering has been 75%, which is the posted refund policy. Now, really, for a sold out event, the policy drops to 60. We have not been using that sellout rule, but we have been doing 75% refunds. For anybody that does want to back out of the event, that refund policy is going to hold. So up until 30 days prior to the event, you can request a 75% refund. That refund is there. You have to email us. Again, like anything right now, everything seems to be taking a little bit more time, but the refund policy, we are going to hold to our posted refund policy. Once we get within 30 days, we are not going to be offering a refund, because again, we are going to be doing things like starting to order shirts and things like that. We'll get to exact dates later, but that's kind of what we are going to be doing financially. So.
All right. So the next piece of this, now that you know what we're doing and why we're doing it, is how we're going to do it. It's simple. Your gym's going to reopen, and you're going to get to do this workout with your partner at your gym or their gym. Heck, you can split the workouts up and do them at both. The cool thing is you're going to be able to do these workouts over a period of time. So where you've been used to doing them on a day in heats, you now have a window to do the workouts once, twice, 10 times if you're sadistic like our good friend Brad Ream. But you can do them as many times as you like, and then you enter your score. You'll be using the Throwdowns app or website that we've been working with for a while now. They just did the Mayhem Classic, and they've worked with a few other these big sanctionals. So they have the platform to support what we're trying to do, and they've been working great with us. So you'll log your scores on the Throwdowns website. Like I said, for Rookie Rumble, and like Pat said, this will all be one big leaderboard. So you'll have that window where you'll get to do your workouts. You'll log your scores, and then the leaderboard will fill up for the different divisions. One thing to know, for events where workouts have been released already, those workouts will not be changing. They're going to stay just as they are. You'll do them just as they're written. Events that have not been programmed yet, we're going to release that programming. And of course, we're going to try and keep it to be written in a way that you can do these workouts from your local gyms without us having to facilitate that for you. Going back to the Rookie Rumble, multiple divisions, the top 5 teams in those divisions will be getting prizes. What that means, you're going to have to video your workouts if you think you're going to be in the top 5. Recording your workouts is entirely optional. You guys don't have to record them. You can do the workouts and log your scores. However, to be one of the top 5 teams, all of your workouts must be recorded, and we will be reviewing them. We recommend that you use the app. I believe it's WODproof. WODproof will have a built-in timer on it. It's what a lot of the large sanctionals have been using and what's recommended. So download the app WODproof, use that. That'll be your video. That's how we're going to verify. If you don't have all your videos in at the deadline, those deadlines will be released online. You can read those later. Your scores are validated. It's that simple. We're going to take the top 5 teams with the top scores validated by us. Again, if you're just doing this for fun, you do not have to submit video. It's up to you. What I do encourage, though, is social media. Take videos of these. Tag us in the videos. We'll share them. We'll build this community thing through social media as best we can so we can keep this going. Because like Pat said earlier, this whole thing is about community. When we started this company, it was about building the community, and that has never changed. So we want to continue to do that as best as we can.
So piggybacking on what Nick said from the standpoint of community, and as well as just releasing the workouts. Workouts are released, but for anyone that's been at one of our events before, you know that we brief those workouts before you guys actually do them. So you're probably going to be getting a little more of Nick and I on camera than you really ever wanted. But Nick and I will do those briefings. We will post those. We're going to use that YouTube channel that I think we have 4 subscribers to. We will get those out there. Nick and I will also then do the workout for you. That way you can see someone or a team go through it. Might not just be Nick and I, might be Tim and I, could be a couple of other people, but you're going to get to see a lot more of us working out. You'll see how fit Nick is and how much I kind of can just keep going. But we will get that going. We're going to see about things like Facebook Live and Instagram Live. I mean, we don't know a lot about those things, quite frankly, but we're probably going to be learning a lot more. So like I said, we'll get that done. One of the reasons on the longer period of time that we're going to be giving certain events to do these workouts is because we don't want a run on the gyms of a bunch of teams trying to get this done at over the course of a weekend. The whole point of this is to reduce the number of people in one place at any given time. And so for something like the Rookie Rumble, the idea is you're going to see this open up for scoring on a Friday morning. It will run through the next 3 weekends and then end on that Monday. So it's going to wind up being about 17 days to get all the workouts done. The point of that is not to do the workouts 17 times, but if you want to, go ahead. The point is this should spread out the teams that are doing them at any given time. So there's not a big group taken in mass on a given gym. Judging of these workouts. We do make judging score sheets for all of our events. We'll make those public. So you can print one up. If you want to have a judge you, we think that's great. Sometimes it can help you follow along and count your reps for you, make sure that they're legit. granted, like Nick said, if you're planning on being in the top 5 for any event, you're going to need to do a video and submit it, because anyone that does not submit a video is automatically forfeited from their spot. But if you have someone who can judge for you, great. I think that's awesome. There's probably going to be a little bit more of this to come on the judging stuff, but we do not have the ability to do like an online judges course. So don't think you're going to have to take a judges course to be a judge. We'll have standards. If you can find a judge that can do those standards for you and keep track of it, great. And hey, we might do some more thinking on this, where we do announce a change, where if your gym owner validates it, we might accept that. But again, this is still stuff that we are working out and thinking about. All right, then I'm just going to move right along into so what do you need to do now? So for all of these events, other than Patriot Games at the moment, so that's Battle of the Sexes, the Summer Open, Average Joe's, Barbell Classic, and Rookie Rumble, we need more information from you. That information is, 1, your address. That's where we're going to mail your shirt or shirts to. If you're a partner, if it's a team event, we're going to mail both shirts to one address. We're already taking on about 25, 30% more cost to get that shipping and handling done. If we can, we can't mail every shirt out to everybody. It just makes the costs somewhat insurmountable there. But we have to get your address. We also have to get the gym of your choice to make that donation to. How are you going to do that? So all of you out there registered somehow. Whoever registered, they created a Throwdowns account. So the website is throwdowns.com. You go to that website, throwdown.com, log in using the email and password that you created when you signed up for the event, and you can view your registration. Once you view your registration, you will see that there are fields that we have created now for you, your address and the gym where you want that donation to go to. We did input all of the gyms in Michigan and Ohio, so into a drop down. At the very bottom of that drop down, there is a way to select other. If you select other, please use the following 2 optional questions of providing the name of that gym and providing their website, because ultimately we need a way to track them down to send them that money. All right. But if you can use the drop down, that's going to make it a lot easier on us. When you do fill out your address, it's broken down into street, city, state, and zip code. Please make sure that's correct. Again, take an extra second, make sure that's correct. We don't have built-in technology into this software to validate an address that you enter. If you don't enter an address, we can't use it. For teams that do not go in and update that information, if you don't have the information updated by the time we have to place the shirt order, there's no shirt order for you. If you don't have the gym entered, we'll donate it to a gym of our choice. So again, that donation is going to happen. There will be additional emails going out on reminders of, hey, get this stuff in, get this stuff in. But by Friday, we should have this all built out and ready to go. So by Friday of this week, which would be what, the 24th, this will be ready to go. So again, that's what we have to do there. Everyone who's currently in an event needs to go in and update their information. If you are currently on the wait list for an event, we're going to email out everybody on the wait list. If you would like to get in, since these events are now online, we don't have capacity problems anymore. If you would like to be a part of this online event, you can definitely do that. We'll send out an email to everybody on the wait list. Anybody that wants in, let us know. And again, we'll work that out with you on how to do it. We have had about 75 teams so far need to drop out of events for the most common reasons are they couldn't make a rescheduled date. some worried about the conditions for competing in this kind of time that we're living in of coronavirus. And then there were others that felt that, hey, there's no way that they're going to be able to be in shape and ready to compete by the rescheduled date. Again, this might change that for some of those teams. To any team that was in an event that backed out because of one of those reasons or for whatever reason, if you'd like to get back in, email us. You can email me at pat@lex-artis.net. You can also, if you send an email to info@lex-artis.net, we will get it. But please do not just sign back up. Email me. We can work it out. That way you're not going to pay any more than you have to get back in. So again, any team that might want to get back in, we can definitely handle that, but email us and we'll handle that on a one-on-one basis. So I think that wraps up kind of like the what do you need to do now.
I would say just remind athletes, verify shirt information. We always get that at events of, oh, I thought I ordered a medium tank, I want a medium t-shirt, or like triple check your shirt orders because there's no going back this time, pretty much.
Yeah, and what Tim brought up, it actually brings up a good point. When you go into throwdowns.com to update your registration with that additional information, you can change any of the information in there at this time. You could change your division if you wanted to. You could change your partner. You could change the shirt size, the shirt type. We're actually doing 4 different shirt types. Male tanks are available for the first time. So there's male tanks, male tees, female tanks, female t-shirts. Make sure you have that stuff right, because if my partner signed me up for a female tank top extra small, that's what I'm getting. So double check, make sure that information is correct. And this is also a little point of learning. If you need to change your partner, guess what? You can do it without emailing us. So you can go on there and make any changes that you have to. Everybody's going to need to get into that registration. The only person that's able to do that is the person who registered the team in the first place. I'm good.
Good.
So I think that wraps everything up. 2 just general points. Guys, like Pat already touched on, if you want to register, now that we don't have to worry about capacity limits, we're going to open registration back up for the events that are on the calendar. The second piece, and this is kind of a bigger one, is what about future events, the fall and the winter? And the simple answer is we just don't know yet. We'd love to tell you that we have this timeline, it's buttoned up and everything's going to be safe and will be great, but we just don't know. So what we're doing and what we're planning is kind of from here on out is just reassessing as we've done from the beginning. When this all started, Pat and I were talking about how can we do this safely, and then it evolved into where we are today with this conversation. So for future events, we just don't have an answer yet, but we're going to keep working on it and we're going to keep communicating with you as we've done from day one. Pat?
Yeah, and just, I was just say, just to go into that, I mean, we've already been talking about, hey, can we picture, like we mentioned earlier, maybe doing a Patriot Games style event in the future? Like that is one that definitely limits the number of people at any given time in a gym. So we could see that something like that. Maybe we'll actually do something in the future that is just a straight up online event where we don't have to change mid-course and we just run an online event. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot over these next couple months of doing these. As for the specific dates on all of this stuff, like every event, there is going to be an athlete email that goes out per event. So if you're signed up for Battle of the Sexes, you're going to be getting an athlete email about Battle of the Sexes. It's going to take us a couple of days to update all of the information on our website, but we'll get all of the information updated on our website as needed there, and we will get all of the information updated on the Facebook events. So again, the places that you can find stuff, the Facebook event pages will have information on them. Our website will have information on them, or on it. So if you can, please go there, take a look at that before you potentially ask a question that could just easily be answered there. All of the dates will be up there for the dates of what the windows of time will be to update or to enter scores. And then the Barbell Classic will have a couple other unique twists to it, just because it is such a different event, being that lifting event, that it's not going to be exactly like the other quote unquote, well, I won't even use the word, the functional fitness events. So, but yeah, again, like we said in the beginning, this is a video we never wanted to make. If you can't tell, we're not professional podcasters. Our technology isn't there, and we're probably going to be getting a little bit better over the coming months. But again, this is not a position we wanted to be in. We're definitely trying to make the best of a bad situation, and we definitely hope that this is something that can be a little thing to rally around as our communities start to reopen again. We hope that all of you out there are safe and healthy, and we definitely want to be able to see everybody through, us included, all the gym owners included, all the small businesses included, on the other end of this. So, I mean, from us to you, thank you for being a part of everything we've done so far. Thank you for being a part of these events, and we really, really hope that you'll stick with them, because we want to see them through.
Can't wait to see you guys again.
All right. Well, thank you to Nick and Pat, owners of Lex Artis, for I think it's pretty obvious that they don't take this lightly, and some pretty hard thought and hard work went into figuring out a way to still give you guys an opportunity to test your fitness and come together as a community. So kudos to them, and hopefully, like they said, everybody's safe out there, and we will see you guys all in the virtual rookie rumbles and coming up soon. So everybody stay safe. Get ready. They're coming.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. And thank you for that beautiful quarantine beard. Or maybe we should be thanking your wife for allowing it.
Very nice.